From the Owens Outcome Student Media Center, this is Community Connection, putting you in touch with what's happening within the community and on our campus. Here's your host.
Welcome to Community Connection. My name is Rob Thomas, and my guest is James Zeller. James is the Student Life Coordinator here at Owens Community College, here to share information with us about some of the upcoming events that are taking place for our students. And as they start the semester, the fall semester, you've got some things that are taking place that they can participate in.
We sure do. Each and every week, something new to expect, welcoming to campus, right, getting that sense of belonging, figuring out where everything is, because the half of knowledge is knowing where to find knowledge.
And when you come to college, there's so much to explore and so much to find and so many resources that are available.
Yes, especially on our sprawling campus, right? You got Oregon Road going right through the middle of it, so you got some things over here, some things over there. A lot of resources, not a lot of certainty as to where everything is or what resources are even going to be pertinent to you. And so with that being said, without further ado, we do have the Student Resource Expo, and that's coming up on Thursday, September 4th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. over in the College Hall Atrium/Lounge. And so that is a one-stop resource expo. So you can come and get a light lunch on us, learn about the various resources on campus: Disability Resource Center, public safety, counseling services, tutoring services, you name it. And so it's, there are things that you don't even, there are things you don't know, and there are things you don't even know you don't know. And we're hoping that that latter group gets some exposure. Some of the resources that are on campus, they're just so, you don't even imagine it's going to be on campus.
Well, would you say, too, that as a college student, when you come to college, you may not know what resources you need until after you get into your classes, for one, and two, once you, especially if it's your first year, first experience at college, what do I need to be doing?
Exactly.
Where can I get help? And this is the place to get those answers.
Yeah, the Resource Expo is just a really good opportunity to come in. No premises or anything like that, right? Just having some nice organic conversations, and through those conversations, you might get some revelations. Maybe you don't even realize you qualify for housing assistance. Maybe you don't even realize that we have a food pantry or a career closet on campus, counseling services, confidential and free, an IEP. And so if you need some adjustments or accommodations for your class, right? And so it's just about empowering and equipping the student with those resources that are going to help them succeed the most.
That's why I appreciate you coming in to share information on Community Connection, because you share what's available, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. And when you actually come to the expo, the Resource Expo, that's where you're exposed to the different, and the other component of the Resource Expo that I find is helpful to students, and I hope they find it helpful as well, is the fact that it's Owens resources. You talk about the extracurriculars at another event.
Absolutely, yeah. There's depending on what you're looking for, right? Krista Kieslinger in the Center for Campus Community Connection, she houses a resource fair that really exposes community resources. So things that can supplement, but these are all internal resources for Owens. We have the dental hygiene clinic, we have the ability to get ultrasounds, just remarkable services here that really highlight not only the dedication of our staff, but also the talent of our students, the student workers, as well as the students that are just in the academic programs, as you know.
This is true. So let's run over the time and the location.
Thursday, September the 4th, over in College Hall Atrium / the College Hall Lounge, newly renovated, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday, September 4th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The lounge, newly renovated. You want to share a little bit about that? Because it's gorgeous.
It's a transformed space, right? So we have a lot of study cubes. The student ambassadors took some of their budget and they purchased a TV that students can, plug a HDMI into if they wanted to play some games or stream YouTube or whatever. We have a 752-in-1 arcade cabinet full of a bunch of classics from the 80s and 90s, early 2000s. Billiards table, ping pong table, foosball, board games.
A student lounge.
That's the intention, right? We want you to literally lounge, relax a little bit, because you're doing a lot of work outside of class.
So now we've talked about the Resource Expo that's coming up the following week. there's another event that's taking place for students.
Yeah, there sure is. So that's going to be our Fall Fest celebration on September the 10th. That is going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. as well, actually outside the Center for Fine and Performing Arts. And so, weather permitting, we are going to have an outdoor event. I'm going to have a dunk tank. We're going to have a food truck. We're going to have swag. It's going to be a beach theme. So we're just going to have a lot of fun. And this is going to be an opportunity not to necessarily learn about the resources on campus, but the various organizations that are student-run organizations.
So these might be considered extracurricular activities that you can get involved in.
Yes, some are tied to your major, though, and so it would behoove some students that are in, say, our selective health majors to join the affiliated club. That way they can get access to conferences, study groups to help pass boards, connections, so that by the time you graduate, you already have people in the know. It's an amazing resource.
Well, that's great too. And when you speak about our health-related students, the Health Education Center is right around the corner from the Center for Fine and Performing Arts.
Yeah.
So it's just a short, and I mean a short walk to get to the CFPA from the Health Education Center.
That's a good point, Rob. I didn't think about that. So yeah, we are certainly changing the location of Fall Fest. We do hope that those selective health students do come down, because I know that with the change of location for them, they were sorely missing out when we were doing things across the road. So we're hoping to highlight a lot more events on both sides of campus, a little less one-sided now.
And it's, weather permitting, this will be an outdoor event.
I'm hoping. I try not to look at the forecast too intensely during the week of, and that serves me pretty well.
What are some of the student organizations that we might find at Fall Fest?
Tons of organizations. Our Honors Club, our Black Student Union, our Dental Hygienists Association, our Student Nursing Association. All of our organizations are available on the Student Activities page. We do update those regularly.
I'm sorry, I'm going to do a shameless plug. The Owens Outcom Student Media Center will be
course.
present as well with the radio station.
Yes. And by the way, if I can, our clubs and organizations are student-run, and so one of the things that I really love sharing with students, especially incoming students, if you have a passion that's not being represented, we can make that happen, right? Just find some peers, about 3 or 4 interested peers, and then a willing advisor on the faculty or staff side, meet with our office, Student Activities Office, and then we could establish the infrastructure, get that club off the ground and running.
James Zeller has been our guest. The days and dates again for both those events?
Yes, and so September the 4th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. over in College Hall, we're going to have the Student Resource Expo. The following week on Wednesday, September 10th, outside the Center for Fine and Performing Arts from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we're going to have our Fall Fest celebration on the Findlay campus on September 3rd, Wednesday, from noon to 3 o'clock. You can find our Fall Fest celebration on that campus as well.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you, Rob.
You've been watching Community Connection. My name is Rob Thomas.
This has been Community Connection. If your group or organization would like to appear on Community Connection, message us from the Owens Community College Radio Facebook page. From the Owens Outcom Student Media Center, this has been Community Connection.